All right, my little degenerates. So we are finally here. We made it through in the last video. We made it through the worst slash most disappointing films of 2025. Now we are ready to talk about the best of the best films of 2025. This year we're gonna try and do it a little bit fast, but as always, you know what I like to do for my channel? I like to do honorable mention. Honorable mentions goes out to movies that I personally really love, but they just didn't make it to my top 10 list. But there's still movies that I would highly recommend people check out. So without further ado, let's do honorable mentions first, and then we're gonna go straight into top 10. For honorable mentions is gonna go up to a few movies. The first one I'm gonna give is to Chainsaw Man, the Razor Arc movie. This is an animated anime movie. I really enjoyed this, and this is coming from someone who has no idea on Chainsaw Man. I've never seen Chainsaw Man before, but this movie was fire. It made me an instant fan of Chainsaw Man, and I really gotta watch the anime now because I was like so intrigued by this universe after watching this movie. The Long Walk. Ooh wee! This one was fucking simple but brutal. Like, I was very much like, wow, this is a very simple premise, but it's executed flawlessly, and the ending kind of had me and my mom talking for a long time. Like, I gotta give this movie tons of props, man. Smashing Machine, oh my goodness. This movie finally proved to me and many other people that this motherfucker, fucking Rock, can actually act when he puts his heart into it. So I want to just give him a little shout outs for this movie. This movie was actually pretty good. Not amazing like other people were saying this is Oscar worthy. I don't think it's that, but it does show like, hey, Rock can actually act when given a good script and like an actual director telling him to act instead of him letting his ego get in the way. F1 is a really good like theater experience. I saw this in IMAX, 7mm in Lincoln Center. This was an amazing film to watch. But this movie is literally just middle-aged white man's power fantasy, and I'm not really a huge fan of that, but all the racing scenes was so good, and I want to give a huge shout out Damson Idris. Oh my goodness, I want to give that brother a huge shout out. He did such a good role that I can see why us Marvel fans are asking him to play as T'Challa, to take over as T'Challa. I can see it after this movie. I know him from Snowfall. Snowfall is fucking awesome. If you have not watched Snowfall, go watch that movie. But yeah, I can see it after this movie. So shout outs to him. He did a great job in this movie. The Woman in the Yard is another movie I would put as honorable mention. I know a lot of people did not like this movie, or it kind of flew under a lot of people's radar. But I don't know, the more I thought about the movie, I was just kind of like, oh wow, and actually got the message it was trying to convey. I was like, oh wow, this is a good depiction of like depression and how depression would feel like. I was like really enthralled by it, so I was like, it's got to go on an honorable mention list. The Running Man, you know, is fucking Edgar Wright's, you know. I gotta always put an Edgar Wright's. Anytime he comes out with a movie, I'm gonna watch it. I would say this is his weakest, but this is also, I would say, better than the Arnold Schwarzenegger film. So I just wanted to give it its props because it is good. One of Those Days is actually pretty funny. It's basically Bookworm with black girls, or or Superbad with black girls. It was fun, and I was actually kind of surprised at my girl Ziza. She can actually fucking act, and she's actually pretty funny. like, I was really impressed by this movie. Ballerina, the John Wick spinoff film. This shit is kick ass. Like, I didn't think they could pull it off, but they actually pulled it off, and it actually kind of like convinced me, like, oh, if we can find an actor or an actress who's willing to put in the work, I don't think we need John Wick. And this movie did a really good job of showing how a woman would be able to fight in the John Wick universe and do stunts and fight. And then sometimes they're just gonna have to fight like a typical woman, like just kicking niggas in the balls or shit. Like, I was very impressed with this film. This film was fucking badass. So I guess they got something if they want to continue. But yeah, this next one's gonna kind of I know it's gonna piss off some of my friends, but fuck it. I just gotta say, Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four is an honorable mention. This was a damn good movie. I really, really, really liked it. I just didn't love it as much as my other friends and everybody else. But it is clearly, finally, a good Fantastic Four movie. Like, damn good. Like, really good. But it's not my favorite. And then this next one hurt my heart. I had to put it on the list, but fuck it. I had to put it on the honorable mention list. It didn't make the cut. Predator, Badlands. Woo! Oof. This movie is badass. It's a balancing act to make you kind of like sympathize, but also kind of like nerf the Predator, but also still making him badass and not make him look pathetic. That's a balancing act that I don't think anybody could fucking do, but this movie fucking does it, and I enjoyed every minute of it. It just didn't make the cut. I'm sorry, but it was so good. Next, and the final movie. And this one had the biggest, to me, my favorite, one of my favorite theater going experience of last year. But it did not make the cut. Sadly, we go to Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. This movie, from a theater going experience, was fucking like, it was so fucking good. It was so much fun watching this shit in the theaters. And Tom Cruise is a madman. But it just didn't make the cut. And the main reason that it didn't make the cut is this movie was too afraid to commit to a conclusion. It should have committed to a conclusion, but they didn't want to do that. So I gotta put it on my honorable mention list. At least it got on my honorable mention list. If you get on my honorable mention list, that just means that your movie is really good, but just not that great, or it didn't meet my expectations all too much. But it's still amazing movies that I would recommend anybody checking out. Now, we are finally at the top 10 best films of 2015. These are my personal list. I don't need to fucking remind you why these are on my list. We're going to go through them extremely motherfucking fast. And yeah, we're just going to go straight into it with number 10. Number 10, oh my goodness, I struggled with this. I was going in between the list, and I was just kind of like, motherfucker, I don't know if I should really put this movie on this list due to how it really depicts black women. I'm not a huge fan of. But motherfucker, Tiana Taylor's performance was so captivating that I had to just put it on the list. One battle after the other. Holy shit. Like, Tiana Taylor, bro, she killed it. She's only in the movie, which is crazy to me, for fucking 40, I would want to say 40 to 30 minutes of the film. and she leaves a lasting impression that I'm just kind of like, motherfucker. Throughout the whole film, I'm like, where's Tiana Taylor? I need more of this girl. I need more of this character. I'm so captivated in finding out like her story and her thing. The whole movie could have just been Tiana Taylor dealing with being a revolutionary who's in over her head about the shit, and I would have been completely fine with that. But instead, they wanted to focus on kind of like fucking Tiana Taylor's daughter in the film, and Leonardo DiCaprio's character, and Leonardo DiCaprio trying to save his daughter and shit while being a bumbling idiot. And at first, I was kind of annoyed by that. But then when the whole movie ended and we get the letter, which I think a lot of people's not talking about the letter, it really highlighted the theme of the film, which is that revolutionaries are not supposed to be taken as a joke. If you are trying to do make a change for the betterment, you can't be doing like Tiana Taylor's character was doing at the beginning of the film, is just fucking around and just not having a game plan. Because when shit hits the fan, that's when you really get to see the true how much are you willing to sacrifice for the cause. And in this movie, the French 78 or 76, they completely fucked up the whole entire shit. And that's why I think a lot of people is like a lot of people I see who critique like Tiana Taylor's character kind of completely missed that point, is that a lot of the revolutionary people that was part of her team, they were way over their head and were just doing this shit for the thrills of it. And I think we see that a little bit in today's society, where it's just like some people's like trying to fight for the cause, but they're just doing it for the views, or their heart's not into it, or they're in it for the thrill. And I was like, wow, this movie is really good. I was like, wow, like really just thinking about it. And then I'm just also thinking about a lot of great scenes, like the rooftop scene with the Spanish people trying to save the immigrants and whatnot and move the immigrants to a different place. Again, this movie is like politically charged, and it really hammers home what's going on today society. So I'm just kind of like, man, like as much as I was like, man, I don't think should get the 10th spot. All the shit in here is just so good. And also the movie is pretty funny. Like there's some funny moments with Leonardo DiCaprio's character, even Sean Paul's character. Do you love black women? I love them. It's hilarious. It's hilarious, but it's also kind of is serious enough. But they're just like the white supremacy group is like so weird ass Santa Claus name. I was just like, what the fuck? Like this movie is kick ass. I could see why it's winning a lot of awards. And I could also understand why so much people take offense to how black women are portrayed, because not gonna lie, some of it is kind of a little stereotype. But I think the overarching message about revolutionary and fighting for a cause is so strong and so relevant to today that I had to put it on my list in the top 10. So it earns that top 10 spot, but you barely made it. You barely made it. But this movie is pretty fucking good. Number nine. Listen, I am not really into K-pop like that. K-pop has never been my forte, even though I used to listen to it when I was younger. But like K-pop has never been like my thing. But fuck me, this movie came out of nowhere. K-pop Demon Hunters. Like what the fuck? This movie came out of nowhere. I was not expecting to put this shit on the list. I wasn't even expecting to even watch the movie, but then something just like everyone kept talking about it, and then like I remember one time I was like on my phone and I was just looking at like movies that not movies, like the most played songs in the world at the time. And I'm here seeing K-pop, Demon Hunter, Demon Hunter, Demon Hunters, all over the shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I watched the movie and man, this shit is banger. This shit is banger. And when I watched it, I was like, man, why is this shit such a banger to me? I was thinking about it so hard. Like, why is it hitting me so hard? And to me, it made me realize something. This movie is literally Powerpuff Girls / Devil May Cry mixed with K-pop music. I was like, holy shit. The Powerpuff Girls, even how the Saudi boys are literally the rowdy rough boys. I was like, are you kidding me? The three main characters, literally just the Powerpuff Girls. One character is like Blossom, the other one is like Bubblecup, the other one is Bubbles. Like I was just kind of like, what? Wow. And then when it came on to the Devil May Cry elements of this, like heritage, like embracing your heritage and not running from it with the main character herself, like that whole theme of the film, and her, being half demon, half human, and by the end of the movie, at the beginning of the film, she kind of rejects it, but then at the end, she embraces it. That's literally the theme. That's literally Devil May Cry 3, Dante's character arc. So I was like, yo, this shit is phenomenal. But what completely blew this whole fucking movie out of the wall, where I was fucking levitating, is the music. The music, everyone keeps talking about Golden. Soda Pop is good. But motherfucker, you know what song had me levitating in the air? Motherfucker, the fucking song, fucking Free. When Free came on, I was like, no way. I was like, hey, they did not have to go this hard with the music. They did not have to go this hard. You don't even have to be a K-pop fan to appreciate the music in this film. This film and how it connects into the story and how it connects into the animation. Great blending of the two. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. And I know black people, yes, let's call a spade a spade. Yes, they did take from the black culture. Yes, they did that. I will acknowledge that they did that. I don't give a fuck. This shit was a banger. Fucking Free. Ever since I heard Free, I was like, bro, I've been playing that shit so much. That song is so good. The rest of the soundtrack is amazing, but this shit is nothing but a banger. I can see why it beat Demon Slayer in the fucking Golden Globes. I can see why it beat it. This movie's a straight up secret banger, and I know Sony's kicking themselves in the fucking face because it's motherfucker, they sold the rights to the fucking Netflix for this movie. And I think another thing that made this movie good was the music. They actually got K-pop singers who are known popular K-pop band groups to come in and write the lyrics for a lot of these songs. So I was like, man, this is a Korean all-time collaboration. And for me, this movie's just a banger. From start to finish, I was just kind of I can't believe I'm liking this movie. I wish I got to saw it in theaters. I know they had a sing-along on the time the movie came out, but man, motherfucker, if I was at that sing-along, I would have lost it. I would have lost it when Free came on. I would have been like, yeah! But overall, it gotta go to my 9th spot, man. This movie is a fucking banger, bro. For number 8, I gotta give this 1 star his flowers. I was not familiar with your game, my brother. I was not familiar with your game. But this next one is gonna go to Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. Hopefully I said that right, but man, Jacob Elordi, man. I didn't know this man had that dog in him. Alright. I'm used to seeing him in Euphoria, and I always was like, man, he's just alright. He's alright. But man, you talk about not only a captivating fucking performance, but like transformative performance. Like I didn't even realize that was him in the makeup playing the creature, which, fun fact, the creature's not even named Frankenstein in this film. He's actually named the creature. And I was like, wow. This movie, at first I wasn't feeling it when we did the Oscar Isaac backstory with Victor Frankenstein. I was like, I don't know about this film. But as soon as we meet the creature, holy shit. Not only does Jacob completely transform in the role by giving the creature like this very soft, innocent, but also like vicious and ferocious energy. But man, his performance is so good. He's like the standout star, man. Like Oscar Isaac, Millie Goff, all of them are great. All the ghosts are great. But Jacob is like, he is fucking killing everything he does with this character, bro. He makes me want to just go up and hug the creature, bro. He's that fucking cool as the creature. I didn't know. I wasn't familiar with your game, my brother. I wasn't familiar with your game. And for that reason alone, this movie exceeded my expectation. And the whole theme about the sins of the fathers is so well told in this fucking film. I was like, bro, like, what are we doing, bro? This movie should not be this good. All right? It's just Frankenstein. They've told this story multiple times. Everybody fucking knows the story of Frankenstein. But the way how it's depicted in this film, like giving you both people's perspective, the creature plus Victor's perspective, is so compelling. And then when you get to the ending, it's so sweet, it's so satisfying. And it's like, man, I was like, fuck. Jacob did that, yo, again, so captivating. I was like, bro, like, so good. So that's why it's at number 8, bro. I gotta give it to number 8 to Frankenstein, bro. Number seven has to go to a Marvel movie that I felt like a lot of people forgot, including Marvel. But if you had to ask me, out of all the people I'm looking forward to seeing in Avengers Doomsday, the Thunderbolts is that team. So my number 7 goes to Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts was a surprise film, and so many people always ask me, like, why do you like this movie over Fantastic Four? Why do you keep talking about this movie? Why do you feel the way? And I came to the conclusion after doing this list, why I love this movie so much is because this movie, out of all the new phases, phase 4 and phase 5, out of all of them, this one felt like I was watching the MCU that I remember falling in love with all those years ago come right back. This one movie, when people say Marvel's back, this is the moment where I said Marvel was back, because it felt like everything I loved about the MCU done in this one movie. And I think Marvel has forgotten that. They've forgotten that the MCU wasn't created by nostalgia. It wasn't created by fan service. It was created by making you care about people, making you care about these ragtag group of people or one individual that was relatable and was fun. And I just felt like with the Thunderbolts, I got that plus more. Not only that, but like this movie redeemed like all the characters from projects that failed or wasn't really that great, like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, even though I really like that show. Like US Agent gets a moment to shine. Fucking Ghost gets a moment to shine. Ghost, out of all people, from fucking Ant-Man and the Wasp, gets a moment to shine. Everyone. And Elena, once again, solidifies herself. I think Florence Pugh solidifies herself as, to me, the best female character we've had in quite a while. Like, I love her so much. Bob is so cool. And again, you know, this movie ends with them not punching the bad guy. It ends with them just giving a depressed person, someone who really is struggling with their mental health, a fucking hug with sympathy. Like, again, like this movie just surprised the fuck out of me. I was just like sitting there. I was like, man, like this felt like I was watching old school Marvel. And that's why I'm like, they're like underdog. They remind me of the Guardians of the Galaxy in a lot of ways, but just more low scale on that front. And that's another thing. This movie felt like they actually went on set, practical effect. Nothing felt like, oh, we did big CGI bullshit until like near the end. It just felt like a reminder of what Marvel used to be, instead of, well, let's try and get Easter eggs and let's try and get like fucking like old school actors to come back and shock the fans. And I just really appreciated this movie, man. So much more than Fantastic Four. I felt like this movie had something to prove, and it proved it well. And that's why I'm looking forward to them in Doomsday. And it has the coolest fucking twist of a film that I see for the MCU. I was like, this is what Phase 4 should have started with, the Thunderbolts, because this drastically affects like the MCU in a big way. So yeah, like I just really enjoyed this movie, and for that, I'm just gonna give it my number 7. This was easily my favorite MCU movie of the year. For number six, the Philippa brothers, you guys gotta go to prison or something. Y'all need to go to a mental institute or something. Cause why y'all keep torturing me like this, bruh? Why y'all keep like hitting me with these fucking grief ass movies? For those that don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, Bring Her Back is my number 6 film. This is by the same brothers who did Talk to Me. And this movie is like on the level of Talk to Me. I would even say slightly even better, because the movie does such a good job of talking about grief and what grief does to a person. But now they've done it on terms of like the foster care and how like people with good intentions kind of lose themselves to their grief. And that's what I love so much about this movie, is that so many of like the main antagonists of the film is so sweet and so nice, and you hear the stories of how she was beforehand, but then that one tragic incident changed her whole perspective. And I was just kind of like, man, it was so good. And again, the sound design, these guys are the cats at sound design. Like there's a scene with a knife that had me like I had to cover my ears. That's how bad it got. Like, oh my goodness. These cats are so goddamn good when it comes on to sound design and just storytelling in terms of like how they had a topic on grief. Like, this movie hit me so much, probably because an incident with someone special of mine had a passing. You know, this movie hit home, and then the ending of this film just hit even harder. Like, I shedded a little tear near the end, because I know for a lot of people who's gone through stuff like that, like the main character has gone to, the antagonist has gone to, all they want to do is just be heard being called mom again. and it was just touching. This movie is just a very touching, creepy, disturbing film, but very touching. I was just kind of like, wow, like, and also like this movie really touches upon unconditional love and what unconditional love really is, and I really love that this movie touches upon that. And again, this movie is just so fucking good, so sad, so sad. I would highly recommend no one watch this movie if they're going through any like if you recently just lost any family members or anything. This movie is really touching and creepy and disturbing, and at the whole time, it's a delicate balancing act, and the Filippo brothers fucking nail it again. 2 for 2, 2 for 2. I can't wait to see what their next project is. They inspire me all the time, because they were YouTubers at one point. Now they're filmmakers, so they inspire me, and it's just one of those days where it's like I see movies like this, and I'm just like, motherfucker, you just gotta keep doing this whole YouTube thing, shit, no matter what. So for number 6, I should say, I'm giving it to this to Bring Her Back. And now we are officially in the top 5. So now we're gonna get even spicier on the picks. And we're gonna start off with number 5. Number 5, I gotta hand it to Rian Johnson, man. You know, say whatever you want about him with The Last Jedi, but I'm telling you, these Knives Out movies have been like fucking fantastic. All right, these movies are fun as fuck. And I think this new one, Wake Up Dead Man, is easily the strongest out of the trilogy. I still think the first one's better, but for number 5, Wake Up Dead Man, Knives Out 3 is so fucking good, man. Oh my goodness. Rian Johnson, this motherfucker is just cooking over there at Netflix. He is cooking with these fucking movies, man. And I was definitely saying, I think the thing that makes the Knives Out series, in particular the third one, so great is that obviously he has a love for mysteries and he knows the genre very well, and how he plays with that is really compelling. But Rian Johnson always finds a good way to like broaden it to a wider audience, to make it entertaining for a broader audience without it feeling very preachy, because this movie deals with a lot about like religion and like faith and whatnot, and showing the dark side but also the light side of religion, and also the true meaning of forgiveness. And I was just like very impressed. And this movie does something so clever that the other Knives Out never did, was that the detective character, Daniel Craig's character, doesn't come in until halfway through the film. The rest of the film, the first beginning of the half, is just up and coming priest learning and trying to fit in this new church that he's now taking over or helping a pope with. And that's just like, oh man, like this is interesting. This is so interesting. And then you have a character like Daniel Craig's character and the Pope character working together, and because Daniel Craig's character isn't religious, he sees things in a very like, I want to say cynical, but a very like here's the truth, while the Pope character is using faith to help him with this investigation. And I'm just like, oh man, this is so good. Easily, this movie like beats the shit out of the second movie, because in the second movie I already figured out the twist. And if I could already figure out the twist, and the twist is taking the characters too long to like get on board and already find out the twist, I'm just kind of like, bro, like this is silly. I'm just not gonna be on board. And that's how I felt with the last movie. Like, I get that was the point of the film, is like, oh, it's a glass onion. With this movie, not only did I guess the twist, but the thing that this movie did, it had multiple twists. And I was just kind of like locked in the whole fucking way, trying to piece together. And how this movie does, like, playing with the mystery is so clever. It's so clever. It's so cool, by using sound design, by using the fucking character dialogue that foreshadows like twist and whatnot. So good. Oh my goodness. Like, again, Rian Johnson, I know, and funny enough, Rian Johnson makes a little funny joke about Star Wars in here, which is awesome. Listen, as someone who, I have my fair share of criticisms of The Last Jedi, I think it's time for us to let it go and just kind of like embrace the Knives Out trilogy. If you can let go of how you felt about Last Jedi and embrace what Rian Johnson is doing with these Knives Out, I swear to God, now I'm just excited for whatever the fuck Rian Johnson got in store, because he's just like a fun ass filmmaker, and it made me really rethink like how I feel about Last Jedi. I already like it, even though I understand the complaints, but it made me kind of appreciate, like, man, this guy just wants to play around and twist and have something to say about certain topics. I think Star Wars was the wrong place to do that, but it's very fascinating. It's very fascinating to have a director that's like that just wants to say something and make something that clearly he's interesting, because clearly he has an interest in religion and has something interesting to say. Like, his thoughts on religion is very much my own. It's like very complicated. So I gotta give this movie tons of props. This is by far the second best movie. So if I had to rank it, it would be Knives Out, the first one, Wake Up Dead Man, and then the second one, only because I already figured out the twist. But that's aside the point. That's going to go to my number 5, Wake Up Dead Man, Knives Out 3. For number 4, Julia Gardner. I told you, you had one slip up with Wolfman. But I fucking told you. You gave me 2 bangers with Fantastic Four, but also Weapons. And Weapons is going to be my number 4. And I gotta just say, this movie was so fucking good. Let me first start off by saying the power of marketing. Because marketing did a whole lot of the heavy lifting for this fucking film. Because I had no idea what the fuck this movie was about. All I kept seeing was the trailer of the kids keep leaving the house and doing Naruto runs. And it was very vague on what the fuck this film was. And it was intriguing because I'm like, why is the kids leaving at that certain time? What's going on? Like, nothing about the movie was shown off or explained. All you just had is the poster, and there's that little explanation at a particular time. Kids are leaving the house and running off doing Naruto shit. And I was like, wow, brilliant marketing. And then you watch the movie, and this movie's just fucking badass. This movie's just nothing but a clever movie, a clever mystery film, horror mystery film, where 4 is told from the perspective of several characters. Of course, you start off with Julia Gardner's character, and then later on you switch to other people's perspective of what happened in this town and where's the kids. And it is so clever because not only do you spend time with the characters, getting to know them and why they are the way how they are and what decisions they make that ultimately lead them into this predicament, but then, and this is to me the coolest thing, is when you get to the 3rd act. when you get to the third act, you get the big reveal of what's going on. The movie does not stop. It levitates into the next stratosphere. I was like, this movie kept going even after that cool reveal, and the movie just doesn't even stop after that. It is the coolest shit ever, and I'm gonna be very vague, but when a particular character gets revealed, the way how the actress performed that character, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I was like so confused, but also so bewildered. And I'm like, wow, like it was so captivating once that particular character came into the film. And again, just piecing together what happened to those kids was so great. And it has, to me, not only the funniest, but the coolest film fucking moment of this year regarding a chase scene that had me dying laughing. But when you really think about it, it was the most disturbing shit ever. But this movie was awesome. Weapons was awesome. I highly recommend try to go in not knowing what the fuck it is, because that's kind of like the mystery. And after seeing this movie, I know the director of the film, Zach Kreger, already said and stated that he's currently working on a Resident Evil film. And after seeing this film, yeah, I kind of am curious how he's going to handle a Resident Evil film. Because even just watching this film and how it's how the story plays out in different people's perspective of the situation, easily reminded me of Resident Evil 1, and how when you play as different characters, or Chris or Jill has different people on their team, and they get to see different parts of the story depending on who you choose. I'm like, bro, I think this motherfucker could do it. I think he's gonna make an interesting Resident Evil movie. But he already stated that it's not gonna be based off of any particular game. It's gonna have the essence and the feel of the game, but not necessarily gonna have be taking any inspiration from a particular game in the series. And I was like, oh, okay, so it's kind of like a Resident Evil 7 situation, well, how he described it. And I'm kind of intrigued. Like, I'm very curious how he's gonna handle a Resident Evil title. After seeing this, I'm actually kind of looking forward to it, despite it may not be what I exactly want. I'm very curious, because this movie was so good, especially if it has the marketing of this shit. French Kiss, this shit is a banger. So for number 4 goes to Weapon. Number three goes to a movie I have never seen before, but it got a re-release, so I was finally able to see it, and this shit was like 4 to 5 hours. And man, I ate that whole fucking hour up so fucking good that I was like, motherfucker, I can't believe I missed out on this film when I was younger and I didn't see it. For number 3 goes to my dear Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair. Ooh wee, like, I know some people's gonna say, well, Mr. Degenerate, that's not fair. You shouldn't put that movie on here because that movie came out, back in the day, and it's not a new release. Well, technically speaking, it is a new release because it is a both films, both Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, but there has been a couple of changes that make it brand new, apparently, according to people. So they changed the coloring, they uncensored it, so now like blood and everything is splashed everywhere. And then also one of the reveals for Beatrice in the film, we find out at the beginning of the film she's pregnant with her kid, and then when you get to volume 2, spoilers, we find out that the kid is alive, and you don't get that reveal until that scene where Beatrice knows about the kid. So I was like, oh wow, like I didn't know that. So when I saw it in the film, and again, this is my first time seeing it, me and Beatrice had the same reaction. We're like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like, the kid's alive? And it was so compelling. Like, this movie is everything I love about, like, kung fu martial arts films. And then it's like a spaghetti western all rolled up into one, man. Like, this movie is just badass from beginning to end. From beginning to end. Even, I know people say part 2, Kill Bill Volume 2, isn't as good as Volume 1. But I honestly, with this whole Bloody Affair edition, they combine both together, and it really flows well. The movie starts off as like this samurai revenge film, but then it becomes a western revenge tale, and the tones and whatnot fits all together. I'm just like, man, like, yo, they were smoking some Kush, baby, some Kush. Like this mother, Quentin Tarantino was in his fucking bag when he made this fucking movie. This movie is just badass from beginning to end, and even Bill, like the main antagonist, such a fascinating villain. Like, such a fascinating villain because he talks with so much calm and so much demeanor. He never yells. He never screams. He's always calm as a wind, like a western, a cool western cowboy character. He's so cool. But when you hear his reasonings for why he did what he did, it makes no fucking sense, and that's what truly makes him a true villain. And he never really apologized about what he did. And you're just like, nah, fuck this guy. It's like, it's so good. Like, from beginning to end. And again, I sat through all 4 hours. And I was just sitting there like, holy shit. This is a fucking masterpiece. I was just sitting there like, wow, this movie is insane. Oh my goodness, from beginning to end, I was just kind of like, how the fuck did I miss this when I was young? Even my mom watched it, my grandma watched it, everyone watched this fucking movie except me. And when I remember telling my friends I'm going to see it, they were like, motherfucker, you're gonna have a ball. You're gonna fucking lose your mind. I was in that theater, locked in, like it was the freshest new thing I've ever seen in my life. And the cool part is, all the actors are great. All the actors are fucking amazingly good, man. Everyone's killing it. Of course, you gotta give it up to Beatrice herself, Uma Thurman. Ooh wee. She killed it. Like, she killed it, man. This movie is just a blast. If you have not seen it, I would say try to see if you can wait until this cut comes, because everyone that I overheard talking about this shit said like this is like the definitive cut. This is the definitive cut. And they also added a new animated feature. And I didn't even know there was an animated feature about this film to begin with. So when I saw the animated feature, I was like, motherfucker. I was like, what? Like, there's an animated feature in this film? And it just feels like Quentin Tarantino was new. Anime was fucking popping before anime became popping now. Like, bro, like, what the fuck? Like, this movie is just badass. That's why it earned my number 3 spot. This movie's badass, and holy shit, I can't. I wish I could say I can't wait for a sequel, but nah. This movie is just fucking awesome, and I want this to be re-released in the theater again. That's how much I had fun with this film. Number two, the runner-up for best movie of 2025. Oh, this one had me in my motherfucking feelings, man. This movie touched me so hard that I was like, man, James Gunn, man. James Gunn, he don't miss. He don't miss. In the heat of battle, this motherfucker don't miss. In the heat of controversy, he don't miss. And I just literally sat there in the theater when the credits roll, and one of my friends, my homeboy, he literally had to be like, "Are you okay?" touching me on the back. Because I was bawling out crying at James Gunn's Superman, bro. This is everything I wanted Superman to be, and then some. Like, this movie, there was so many moments. I was like, I can't give James Gunn his credit yet. I'm not going to let you get that out of me. And every time, every single minute of this fucking film, James Gunn's Superman, every time this Superman talks, every time he moves, every time he just looks, I just couldn't be at awe at what I was seeing on the film. I was like, this is a fucking fever dream, bro. This movie shouldn't exist. But it exists, and it comes at the greatest time where a lot of us have kind of lost that idea of what a good person looks like. Superman reminds us, the American people, and reminds us as people that there is goodness in people. And this movie generally, man, had me tearing up, man. That scene, again, like the scene where they're all this shouting Superman's name, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. I was sitting there, and the music is rising up. I was like, bro, this is insane. I was sitting there like, James Gunn really out here making me cry over Superman. He's not even my favorite superhero. But it was just to see that James Gunn took the most iconic superhero of all time and rectified 10 years worth of pain and suffering that the Superman community has gone through with Zack's interpretation of Superman and this dark depiction of Superman that I feel like a lot of people don't even know what Superman is supposed to be, and to finally see him once again after Christopher Reeve's and Richard Donner's Superman finally portray him as this hopeful beacon. It's so fucking good, man. So good. This movie, to me, is the Iron Man 1 of the DCU. Like, truly. This one lays the foundation strong for them to do whatever they want. And even if some of them just turns out to be just okay, as long as Superman did great, I think we are in for a good treat. And this is the only ever Superman that has finally get a sequel. We haven't gotten a sequel to a Superman film, a standalone sequel, in so long, it's ridiculous. So for me, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Again, every time I've seen this movie, I've teared up. Because I just can't believe, like, wow, Superman is on screen. And it's my Superman. This is the Superman I've been waiting for. And he's realized, and he's fucking cool. And I can't wait for Supergirl. I'm totally on board whatever the fuck James Gunn has for us for for the whole DCU universe. Like I'm so elated, and I can't wait for what's to come. Last but not least, my number one favorite film of 2025 goes to, drum roll please, it goes to Sinners. Sinners, congratulations. Now, I'm going to keep it very brief. I think everyone kind of knows why Sinners is my personal favorite. But for those that don't know, Sinners is my personal favorite movie of the year for many reasons. But I just want to say, you know, when a movie clicks with people is when on the opening day I went to go see this movie. It was a packed theater, and I went to go see it in the Lincoln Center IMAX 7mm. And I tell you guys, when I fucking tell you guys, I literally, when the movie finished, you heard a standing ovation of applause. You knew you was in for something great. And not only that, when the first after credits scene came, people applauded more and even louder. And then when the movie ended and was finished and it was time for us to all leave and get the fuck out, people stood there and applauded even more. I was just sitting there like, man, this is how you know Ryan Coogler made a movie that touched everyone. Like, that's fucking scene, like where Sammy taps into the ancestral plane, and you can see all the ancestral people, and we have the roof is on fire as the building burns up. It's almost like it's like the roof is on fire. We don't need no motherfucking water. Let no motherfucker burn. That scene right there, that shit had the whole theater levitated. Like, we were all levitated. It felt like we were all in sync of what this movie was about. Everyone felt so in sync. And to me, this movie has so much things to say about race, about making deals with devils. It has so much things to say. But to me, what this movie has to say is that we as black people need to be more in tune with our culture and more in tune with our heritage. Because a lot of people aren't in tune with their culture or has been locked out of their culture. So they need to get back in tune with their culture and more in tune with their heritage. And because of that, this movie made me go and inspired me to go back to Barbados, my family hometown, homeland, and go visit it and see how it's changed or how it progresses. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for this movie. So not only is this movie like one of my favorite movies of all time, but it's an instant classic. And I understand a lot of people's upset. You know, a lot of the Sinners fans are upset that, you know, it's not winning the awards that it rightfully deserves. Like, but for me, and this, I want to just say this as a black man, it doesn't take away from truly how great and how awe-inspiring this film is. Like, this is a benchmark that very few filmmakers can really make for their community. And this one felt like it was made for the community, by the community. And I'm just so grateful for this film. I'm so touched by this film. And whatever Ryan Coogler decides to do next, he has now solidified himself as one of the great filmmakers of our time. He's solidified himself now because of this movie. And I can only hope and pray, now that he's doing whatever the fuck he wants to do, that now we would all go and support whatever the fuck. He'd be like when Jordan Peele drop his next movie, or Spike Lee, or any of the great black directors we have, when they drop that next hit or that next movie, we will be there. Like, that's how well this fucking movie made me feel. I was like, whatever Ryan Coogler makes, I will be there day one. Day fucking one, because he has proven himself. He has proven himself time and time again with Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Fruitvale Station, now Sinners. He's proven himself that he is the fucking GOAT, and I am all board for whatever he makes next. This movie's a fucking banger. This shit had me tearing up. It had me laughing. It had me shocked. It had me scared. It did everything a fucking movie should be, and then some. And that is why it's my number one pick. I could go on and talk about the movie, how it has one of the coolest interpretations of a villain. Like, Ryan Coogler kills it again with the villains in his films. I could talk about how this movie has one of the greatest fucking, like, the best written black female character in the film. I could talk about how this movie talks about interracial relationships, about how this movie talks about religion, black religion, and Christianity. I could talk about all of that, but I have no time. But I just want to say this movie goes beyond and beyond of what the fuck it has to do. But I'm just there for the ride. I am totally down to see whatever the fuck Ryan Coogler has next. Alright, this is by far, and no award ceremony of him not winning awards will ever take away how special this movie is to me. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know, I'm sorry, I was trying to make this shorter, but it is pretty long. If you're new to the channel, please let me know what was your favorite movie of 2025. Comment below and let me know. And as always, stay tuned. More videos are on the way. It's your boy, Mr. Degenerate, signing out. Have a good one.